A pleasant good morning. Time for Mike's Morning Musings for Monday, June 29th, 2026. Hope you had a great sports weekend. Where did that come from? That being the Red Sox sweep of the New York Yankees in improbable, almost impossible fashion last night. The Red Sox won 5-4, walking off the Yankees in 10 to sweep the series? What? They lost 2 of 3 to the Colorado Rockies, the worst team in baseball, in the series prior to this. Talk about a bipolar bunch of Boston Red Sox. So the Red Sox are now 10 under 500 at 36 and 46. Let's take a look at the standings, shall we, before we get back to the game last night. Red Sox are 12 and a half games behind the Yankees and 4.5 games out in the wild card race. And in the wild card race right now, they would have to climb over 6 teams. But in this year of American League Baseball, with so few teams having records over 500, anything is possible. The Rays are over 500, and the Yankees are over 500 in the AL East. In the AL Central, the White Sox are over 500, and the Cleveland Guardians are over. I almost did it. Almost said Indians. Oh my God. Cleveland Guardians are over 500. In the West, one team is at 500, and that's the Texas Rangers. That's it. Now, the National League is a little bit better. The Braves, the Phils, the Marlins, who are unbelievable, and the Nationals, having a real good rebuild there, are 43 and 42. The Brewers, the Cubs, the Cardinals, the Pirates are at 500. In the West, the Dodgers, the Padres, Diamondbacks are 1 game under. So the National League is much better than the American League. So let's get back to the Red Sox. What do we do here? What do we make of a 4-game sweep when prior to those 4 games we were all, pretty much all of us, were calling, clamoring for the Red Sox to back up the truck? Nothing has changed as far as I'm concerned. They're going to have to do more than win 4 games in a row, which, by the way, it's the first time all year they've won 4 games in a row. They're going to have to do 4 games in a row. Sonny Gray was brilliant last night. Should have gotten a win. Should be 10-1. The bullpen, namely Aroldis Chapman, gave it away, along with some stupefyingly dumb defense by a Gold Glove right fielder the last 2 seasons in Wilyer Abreu, who threw a terrible ball into, I guess he was throwing it to the cut. I don't know. But anyway, ended up getting kicked into foul ground and a run scored, and then another run. It was just ugly. And then he dropped a fly ball in right field. And that was that. And then the Red Sox come back after the Yankees get 2 in the top of the 10th to get 3 in the bottom of the 10th and win it, as Jaron Duran hit the walk-off single. Great to hear Joe Castiglione on over the weekend against the Yankees. He had the call of the game-winning hit last night, too, which was very good. Joe still sounds really, really good at the age of 77. But anyway, you got to do more than get into within 12 and a half games of the lead, which is long gone and hard to find, but 4.5 of the wild card. I still say everybody on this team is available, led by Sonny Gray. I ran into somebody over the weekend talking about Sonny Gray and how great he's been, and we got to keep him. No, we don't. He's a free agent at the end of the season. It's very unlikely that you're going to offer, this team in particular, going to offer Sonny Gray a contract that's going to keep him here. He's going to go. So get something for him, and talk about being able to sell high on he and Wilson Contreras. I love them both. But the Red Sox right now are headed for last place in the American League East again. Move them out. A sweep over the Yankees is fun, but let's not get carried away with it. The NHL draft was this weekend. The Bruins didn't draft anybody with that 23rd pick that they had because they traded it along with the pick they got from the Florida Panthers last year for Brad Marchand to the Utah Mammoth for J.J. Peterka. J.J. Peterka, who's J.J., not A.J., but A.J., J.J. Peterka. J.J. Peterka is a pretty good player. He's a German player, which I guess is good for Marco Sturm, the Bruins coach, who is also from Germany. And he's been in the NHL since age 20, when he played a couple of games for Buffalo. His rookie year, the next year, in 77 games, he scored 12 goals, had 20 assists, but then the next year exploded for 28 and 22, 50 points, but then really exploded his third year and had 27 goals and 41 assists. Now, that's a terrific season, a 68-point season. And then he was dealt to the Utah Mammoth, spent 1 year in Utah. His numbers down some, certainly in the assist category, 25 goals, 22 assists, 47 points, but he's very fast. He's in the 97th percentile when it comes to speed in the NHL, and he's also young. He's only 24 years old. He will turn 25 in the middle of the season next year. So he was the 34th pick overall in the second round of the draft in 2020. He's a good player, and certainly you're not going to get anybody at 23 who's going to come in and score 25 goals, and you need to get quicker. And you get a guy who's in the midst of a long-term contract, whose money is pretty manageable. So I think a terrific move by Don Sweeney. The rest of the draft, who the hell knows? I mean, there's no bigger crapshoot than the NHL draft, that's for sure. So there you have it. That's the sports weekend right there. Red Sox and Nationals, show me, all right? Take care of the Nationals, who are a good ball club. They're a 500 team, but that's much better than they have been. Ranger Suarez pitches tonight at Fenway. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Have a great sports day.